everybody, it's Queen of Light 1111 and welcome back to Step Into the Light with Queen of Light and
Sunena.
Yay! So we are here with a very awesome guest that we have as our first speaker, Sunena.
Super exciting.
I'm so excited. We have Lizzy Leslie, the psychic medium from Northern California, joining us. Welcome, Lizzy.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
We are so excited. Sunena and I have been like bubbling and just like super giddy since we all talked the other day, and we were just so excited to get you on the phone. We wish you were here with us, but you know, due to all these circumstances of COVID, unfortunately we can't be together, but we're so excited to talk to you about your work and the things that you do. And so just to give you all a little bit of background on Lizzy. So as you guys all know from following me, whether it's on my YouTube channel, on this podcast, or on Instagram, I am a spiritual teacher, healer, coacher, and tarot card reader, specifically on any relationship, but I focus on the twin flame journey. So if any of you guys want a personal healing session, reading, or coaching session, go to my website, queenoflight1111.com. And it was through that work that I met Lizzy. Lizzy follows me on Instagram, and I've seen her like my stuff and comment, and she's been fantastic as a supporter, you know, just,
Yeah.
and thank you, Lizzy, by the way, for doing that. I appreciate it. And so Lizzy actually purchased my mantra that I did, which is around protecting twin flame unions and protecting the twins and the connection and themselves from any negativity, because as twins start to come into union, there are a lot of shadows and there's things that we're working on. So Lizzy actually, you know, and I didn't know it. I didn't know she was purchasing it because I didn't know her last name really at that time, right? But she purchased it, and then she made a comment on my Instagram that she purchased it and had a really great experience. Right, Lizzy?
Right, yeah, my twin flame called me the next morning and said, so when are you coming out here? When are you flying out here? And I was like, what? And Spirit said, you better go.
That's amazing.
And I went.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So when she commented, at that same time, parallel to that, a few days and maybe a week earlier, I started experiencing a lot of different gifts, like around spirits, and we talked about that a little bit in our last podcast.
Yeah.
And so I was having dreams of people that were not alive on this earth, right? And I was having all of these different experiences of paranormal. So I saw Lizzy made the comment, and I messaged her, knowing that she's a medium.
Oh, okay.
So I messaged her on Instagram, and she was so amazing, because I told her, I said, listen, hey, this is mediumship. It's not really what I wanted to do or what I even want to do. And Lizzy's like, hey, I get it, right? So Lizzy, what did you tell me when I was telling you about, you know, kind of scared to deal with that energy?
Totally went into channeling mode when you messaged me because I knew that I really needed to help you, but I just remember feeling like don't block it. You're supposed to let it kind of flow through you, and otherwise you're going to have a hard time sleeping, girl.
Yeah, but the one thing, so you did say that, and you also gave me some very good advice about, like, when you said don't block it, because you said when you block it or suppress it, it's going to show up stronger in your dream.
Yeah.
And then the other thing you said to me, which really stuck with me, which helped me as I really start to accept these gifts, is you said that ask spirit or ask them to deliver the message to you in a way that doesn't scare you. Because you said if you got it in a way where you saw zombies walking around, you'd quit this job.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I'd be like, I'm done. I'm out.
Right. So it was so helpful, Lizzy. And so through that conversation, you know, because I can also read energy, I was like, I really like her. And so I talked to Sunena, of course, my co-host,
Yep.
right? And so we talked and we said, what do you think about bringing a guest speaker on? And what do you think about Lizzy?
Yes.
So Lizzy, we had that conversation with you, and it just felt aligned for all of us.
I agree.
Very
Yeah,
aligned.
I felt so aligned.
Yeah, so
Like I've
Lizzy,
known you forever.
yeah, I know, right? It feels very past life-ish, you know?
Yeah.
So Lizzy, talk to us and the audience about how you started this work. How did you get into mediumship? I mean, like, were you born with it, like Maybelline, or what?
So, I remember back in the day, when I was a kid, I was a little bit different than all the other kids. I wanted like a Catholic saint book because I could feel the energies of the saints, right? In this book for my like 6th or 7th birthday. I still have the 2 books that I really wanted, and I have a twin sister. She wanted Barbies. Okay, I wanted a Catholic saint book. Something's different about this kid, looking from the outside.
Oh, wow.
But I always felt spirit energy at such a young age, and then it kind of developed. I just remember getting scared of it and suppressing it for a long time. But I always was interested in tarot cards, and I always read for myself and sometimes for other people. And then, fast forward, I have my daughter, and my gifts open up like something I've never even seen before. And Spirit told me that they were going to start speaking to me, and I was going to help people, and I was going to help heal humanity. That's a quote I heard.
Wow.
Wow.
So
What a huge mission that is.
I know, no pressure, right?
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, and I at that moment learned to surrender to what was about to happen, and that was the lesson right there. Was just surrender. You're not. That's actually what they said. They said you don't need to know how. You're just going to do it, and you're going to know when it's time to take action and what's coming through and when it's coming through. And so, yeah, it's pretty incredible. It's not your average story.
Well, I mean, it goes a lot with the twin flame journey. If you think about the things that you just said, surrender, allow it, have faith, right? And focus on your own journey and the things that you need to heal within yourself so you can heal and pay it forward.
Right.
So, and then you happen to not only be a twin flame, but you're a literal twin with your twin sister. Isn't that crazy?
Yes, I know. Isn't that crazy? And my twin flame actually has had the same visitations, but different, in a different way, that he was saving people and helping the world. And we both have had very similar experiences. So,
wow.
Yeah. Pretty
So
crazy.
now your the beginning of your gifts very similar to Sunaina's, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think everybody starts with, I don't want it. I don't want
totally.
it. So what were your how can you relate to Lizzy?
Well, when she said that when she was younger, she kind of suppressed it.
Mm-hmm.
I totally can relate to that because when I was younger, I obviously did not know what an empath was, so I didn't know why I could pick up on other people's emotions, and I didn't know how to deal with that. So I was just kind of like, I don't want to deal with it. I just suppressed it. And I was going to ask Lizzy, she said that when she was younger, she was kind of scared of her own gifts.
Mm-hmm.
How is that something that you were able to overcome?
It took a while because it did create a pretty big block for a while, but then I realized that it was safe and it was actually natural to see this. And my mom told me that. My parents were supportive of it, but I was personally scared.
Yeah.
So I think it was going back to those moments where my mom said, it's okay, or and this is for anybody's, whoever they look up to. So for example, you with your aunt, just going back and replaying those moments where she was supportive, and it's safe to open this up. You're supposed to see this. This is how we all should be. We all are open. We just don't really know it, or we don't know it. We all can see it. It's just energy, right? Mm-hmm. So that's how it was. Mainly auras that freaked me out the most.
Wow.
So Lizzy obviously is open because she's actually executing her mission. Are you open to your gifts now?
I'm starting to open myself up to it.
And how are you doing that?
Through meditation and through not. Like, because before when I was younger and I would pick up on other people's emotions, I would be like, nope, I would just shut myself off to it.
Yeah, boundaries, hard boundaries.
Hard boundaries. Now when I start picking up on those things, I kind of just let myself feel it.
I feel like you're softer too. I feel like you had these hard boundaries, like you put these walls up because you were nervous about your gifts.
Yes.
But now I feel like as you're open to it, like you have to start with the heart center.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I feel like you kind of bloomed more, understanding your own feelings, and now you can bring in a lot of other energies so that you can integrate it. I mean, does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm trying to open myself up.
I know, right? It's a work in progress. Look at you guys at a young age open up your gifts. I mean, I did too, but I'm still that mediumship thing I'm still working on, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying not to suppress it, but boy, it is different territory, Lizzy.
Right.
So now, talking about that territory and how different it is, tell us about some of your, I know you do a lot of work locally, and you do a lot of work, through Zoom and through sessions, over the phone. Talk to us about some of your clientele without giving any specifics or breaching any confidentiality. Talk to us about some of your kind of interesting cases.
There's actually been a few iconic celebrities coming through that I have had the most incredible experiences with them. I have found that, they, for some reason, they called me to their loved ones. It's by fate that I connect with them. And what I've learned is that they're continuing their mission, making an impact on the world in the spirit world. Mm-hmm. And they're guiding. I've actually seen them around fans of theirs, and I've gotten specific guidance from them to the fan, and it's pretty incredible to see what they're doing on the other side, and how they're still impacting humanity.
That's
in
awesome.
a big way.
There's a lot, not a lot, but I have had a number of clients that have had their twin pass away, and this is an energetic connection, right? So obviously we want them in the 3D with us, but there's a long part of this journey that happens in the 5D, in the other realms, as we are coming into union of selves, and probably within sacred union within our partner on this earth. But for those twins who have had their counterpart pass away and transition, it's very encouraging to hear from you that through the transition, obviously, not only they carry the energy and they're still with their person, just from the other side, for lack of a better way to put it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. So you've seen these people or the spirits on the other side with their family members and friends. And so is it the spirit that's guiding you to the family, or is the family calling you in to say, hey, I want to talk to this person?
They usually are guiding them to me through friends, or one was a group reading at someone's house with like 14 people. I had a very recently passed celebrity standing in the middle of the room, and I'm like, what the heck is he doing here?
Oh my god!
And it was unbelievable. That was probably, I can't even remember all my experiences until now I'm talking about it, but it was pretty amazing. But what guided them here? Well, their flight got stopped, okay, to go over to where this person passed, okay? It got stopped or something like that, and then they ended up here. The reading was when they were supposed to be over at this spot where this person passed, and it was because they were supposed to he was supposed to get this message out to them before they went. It was just crazy.
Wow.
So yeah, they find me, and that's the rule with spirit. I'm like, I'm not chasing anybody anymore. You guys gotta.
Yeah, we don't want runner chaser dynamics in our mission.
Right. Right. We don't need any more of that. No. We're healing that. But yeah, so they definitely find me because I put that boundary up, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd be so open, and like I wouldn't know where, I wouldn't know what's next, and I would feel really ungrounded. So yeah.
That's awesome. I gotta tell you, so I mean, for those of you listening, so you're hearing Lizzy talk about her experience and the work that she's doing. Anytime that I work with anybody, I always collaborate, for example. I always want to make sure it's in alignment and it's a match for my energy, and that they're legit, for lack of a better word. And so Lizzy actually did a reading for Sunena and I. And I gotta tell you, Lizzy, watching you work, because we actually in this session, for those of you in the audience, we did this over video call. So we actually saw each other. And Lizzy is phenomenal. I mean,
Thank
Sunaina
you.
actually had her first reading ever. Well, from anyone else other than me,
Yes,
right? Because she doesn't need to go to anybody because I do her readings for her.
Right.
Yeah.
But her first reading with anyone outside of me as Queen of Light was with Lizzy. And so talk to everyone about your experience and watching Lizzy. Because I gotta tell you, I was just staring at Sunaina's face and Lizzy's channeling while this was all happening.
Oh my gosh.
So talk to the audience about Lizzy and how she blew your mind.
I mean, I wasn't even sure what to expect because I've never had a reading from a medium ever.
Right.
So Lizzy touched on some very specific personal things that I'm going through.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of choked up
I
during
know.
my reading with her because I was just amazed at how specific she was able to get and how much she picked up on even my feelings of like
Your internal feelings.
my
your
internal
emotions.
feelings that I don't even express to anyone. And she was just amazing at picking up on my energy and even energy of my family members.
Yeah. It was very interesting. And it was a lot of things that she wouldn't have ever known. First of all, Lizzy doesn't even really know us, right?
No.
So she knows I'm your aunt, you're my niece, that we work together, we do this
No.
podcast.
I mean,
That's all she knows. She didn't
And
know
I didn't
anything.
even know that until,
Yeah.
conversation.
Right, but you know what I found was like fascinating. So, on TV, I forget what network. There's this Tyler something medium. Tyler's sitting there drawing, and you don't know what he's doing.
Yep.
And so I had watched that a long time ago. So then watching Lizzy work, Lizzy's looking off to the side, which I do a lot when I channel too. But she's got this pen and she's doing, we don't know because we're not looking at what she's doing. But she's doing it, and then she literally picked up the page and she showed you the things that she was channeling and all these lines going towards. Remember?
Yeah.
When she's showing it, and we were both looking at her like, whoa! Like she picked stuff up.
I was at a loss for words.
Yeah, Lizzy, it's not like we didn't believe that you had the gift.
I just
but
didn't know how strong your gifts were, and they are strong.
They're strong. Lizzy is amazing. And then when she read my energy. And I'm sorry that you started to feel all the other stuff, because I'm, like you said, I, put a lot of pressure on myself. There's a lot of things that I want to do. And then you were starting to feel all of that weight.
It's okay. I that's what I do.
Yeah, but you were really good. So we were super
Thank you.
impressed with the reading. And so that's why we thought, gosh, the world needs to know about Lizzy. So Lizzy, just to showcase some extra talent to the audience, what I would love to know, and Sunaina and our audience would love to know, is what specific messages are you getting from Spirit today, right now, today, about the twin flame journey or anything that Spirit might be wanting to convey to us or the audience?
So, what Spirit is showing me is that they're showing me about the times that we're in right now, how it is so scary for a lot of people, and there's so much unknown. And I'm actually seeing the Tower card in tarot, so you know more about that card than I do.
So the Tower card in tarot, so it's interesting, Lizzy, that you're seeing that, because the Tower card in tarot, a lot of people get scared when they see the Tower card, because it's literally a picture of a tower that is on fire, burning, people either jumping off or flying off or being thrown off. The Tower card, I see it as a super powerful card, not only because it's major arcana, because it is divine intervention. It's a card of breakthroughs. It's a card of crumbling the old paradigm. It's a card of getting rid of the old foundation to bring in the new. So it's interesting that you're seeing that card in your mind's eye, Lizzy. What more can you tell us about that?
I just keep seeing visions of all of us on Earth and in spirit, all of the twin flame connections in one. We all become one.
Mm-hmm.
As pairs, and we all, wherever we are standing right now, we're all rising up and helping uplift humanity to a higher vibration, to a more enlightened space. It's the mission of the twin flame journey to do that in these times right now, and that there is going to be a lot of reunions for this purpose, and we have such a big mission here, but until we see it, we have to fully dissolve our egos. We have to let go of anything that is not from spirit. Does that make sense?
Yes. That is about dissolving the ego mind.
Right.
I literally got chills. I was showing Sinead on my arm, like all of the
I
hair.
could hear that you got chills. I was feeling that you
Yes.
did. I didn't get them, but I was feeling that you did. And so those listening who have people who are listening who get chills, but also heat. If you're getting heat in your body, know that is your twin flame. That is their soul with you, really validating everything that I'm saying right now. Make it your mission to let go of the ego, let go of the barriers around your heart, and really healing the pain. That is the mission, because once you do that for you do that for humanity, you do that for the entire world, and for the souls coming into this world. Every step that you take towards healing, every step that you take towards your own growth and ascension and healing, it's messy, okay? It's not perfect, but just with intention, and you're walking towards that healing path, you do that for humanity. Even if you don't see it doesn't matter. We're all vibration, and the more of us are healing ourselves and humanity. And sometimes that, it doesn't look pretty until the tower is built, right? It doesn't look pretty until the foundations are built. But it's gonna be the most amazing thing. This world is going through a whole new evolution. So yeah, keep healing yourself. Don't try to heal your twin, because when you heal yourself, your twin will heal, right?
The side of my body that I got chills on was the right side, which is the masculine side, which is the dominant side.
I got it on my left side for some reason.
Interesting. Well, I think so I think the messages there are, if it's on your right, you've got to control that yang energy, not get too dominant. It's about balancing it with the feminine.
That's so me.
Right, and if you're getting it on the left side, which is maybe too yangy, if that's even a word, so you got to balance it with the yin, right? So I'm sorry, the left side is the yin energy. You have to balance it with the yang. So that's about balancing that inner masculine and feminine within.
Right.
But that's the healing that you're talking about too, right? It takes healing to bring that into balance.
Right. Yeah, that was the message I got.
Awesome. That is awesome. I think that so many people will get such a great experience and just feel so much better just kind of hearing that from you, Lizzy, as another channeler, another medium, because there's a lot of readers. We've all been saying this. We're getting the Tower card a lot in tarot card readings right now, because big breakthroughs are coming. So stay in your faith, stay in balance, get rid of the ego mind, and allow this to manifest. So thanks for channeling that, Lizzy.
Of course.
So for anyone that would want to get a hold of you, Lizzy, how would they book a session with you? What would they do?
Well, right now I've been doing mostly DM booking or text.
Okay, so what we want to do is we want to direct everyone to Lizzy's Instagram. So DM, direct message, not divine masculine. So direct message Lizzy, and Lizzy's Instagram is lizzylesliemedium. So you would direct message her. She would get in touch with you, and then work with you from there. And so again, Lizzy, we're so grateful to have you on the show. But what we'll probably do is we might do this again with you. I would love to bring you back and maybe, do a reading online, do something else and just showcase more of your gifts. But we are so grateful for the time that you spent with us, and we welcome you into our tribe, and we look forward to having you on Step Into the Light podcast again.
Thank you so much, and I'm honored. I'm so honored. I'm speechless. So thank you. Thank you.
All right, well, thank you. And everyone, thanks again for listening, and we'll be back again next week. Have a great day, everybody.